Almost like the Most High is about to call whoever this is out of that land. Apparently, like, some of you know that this stalking is going on. Like, you know these people have been, but essentially they have some type of surveillance setup. And if you move, then everything that they invested in for this surveillance, it goes down the drain. All these people that were surveillancing you, watching,
stalking you, and lurking.
they done fell in love with you. They can swear up to heaven that you are the enemy, that you are a dark witch, a dark magician that ruined their life, etc., etc. That you did black magic to send whoever to the hospital. They get a rush doing this from stalking, and the same town, same village, same community or city, all of their life. All right, beautiful people, we are back with another read. So let's jump right in. Let's see what we have. We're not going to waste any time. We're here for the messages, Spirit. So what do we have for my beautiful collective? Six of Swords. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Something here about a move. Someone who's leaving an area or going elsewhere. Someone has to move somewhere else or something. Let's see. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Okay. I'm seeing here that someone has been in their hometown all of their life. This is not going to be everybody's read, right? These are all general reads, so sometimes it's our story, other times it's not. Please do not take it if it's not your story, okay? Leave that energy for someone else. Thank you. But here we have someone that has been in the same town, same village, same community or city all of their life with this Queen of Pentacles here. And I feel that whoever this is, they are very rooted, they are very structured, they are very disciplined, they are very money savvy, they know how to really manifest the bag, really manifest the riches. Or whoever this is, I heard comfortable, so yeah, it could be a thing, like, I don't know, it could be something here that someone has been in their hometown all their life. They've never gone anywhere else. They have stayed put, or their home state. But it's almost like the Most High is about to call whoever this is out of that land. So what is the message here? Judgment, yeah. Oh yeah. Someone here is about to be moved, and big time. Judgment and the Fool. Someone here is about to be on their own. I heard on their own, so perhaps like you were living with family or living with friends or with roommate. But someone here is about to be out on their own in the Fool energy. Whole new experience, exploring, seeing things and places. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, maybe some of you are a Taurus or you're Scorpio. Queen of Cups is here, right? That's why I'm saying Scorpio. Maybe somebody here is a Scorpio. Pisces, Aries is also there. Leo and Sagittarius. Libra, kind of there. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, though, is more so representing that once you anchor yourself somewhere, like you like to, you know, keep yourself there. You're like, whoever you are, I feel like you're not someone that likes to be moving around and starting new work, new career all the time, like just doing all of that nonsense, all of that craziness. But I really feel Spirit's about to do their big one. They're about to move you and fast. Like, this isn't just to the town or the city over. This is like you have to get on a plane type of move, or you have to get on a boat type of move to get to this new place, this new adventure, embarking on a whole new journey. You have so many major arcanas. Strength and death. Oh, this is the move coming. You have strength, you have death, you have the Fool, and you have Judgment. Emperor. You have tons of major arcana. So when we see a lot of major arcanas in the tarot, big energies, big shifts are on their way. Momentum, exponential, groundbreaking, right? That's what I think of when major, you know, all these major arcanas are showing up and showing out. And it's this energy of explosiveness, like whatever's about to happen, it's going to happen. It's going to go down. But for a lot of you, it's going to be this July. By this July, a lot of you will be out of there. A lot of you will be out of there. Why is this happening, Spirit? Let's go to a different deck. Why is this happening? Why are you doing this? You know, like, what is the reasoning? Three of Swords, Two of Pentacles. So you've been single for a long time. You've been single for too long. And they want something new to begin here? Can you give further clarity? I could be misreading this. Star and the King of Cups. They want to move you away from some type of weird energy. Five of Pentacles. They want to move you somewhere far from this individual. Clarify. Yeah. Four of Wands and the Sun. It's going to be by July. By June or July, it will have come to pass. Nine of Pentacles. New living situation. New work. New money. Possibly a new car. Okay, it's all coming. It's all here by July or June of 2025. You heard it here first. This is coming for someone. God is making it happen. It cannot be stopped. You are being mentally prepared. Physically prepared. If you've been feeling tired, right? Like, that's God's way of saying, you know, rest, rest, rest. You need to be rest, because when these things go down, it's like, you know, your mind is going a million miles a minute. You're having to pack up everything. You're having to coordinate and plan things, plan flights, rentals, right? You're having to call your card companies and whatnot to make sure, like, nothing gets declined. You're having to pull out cash. Like, this type of stuff is just a lot. And when it happens, it's like you're full speed ahead. Like, you're basically in that tunnel vision. You can't stop until it's done. Like, you can't really stop and settle until it's all done and over with. And so, here we go. This is going to be initiated by God. Now, why is God doing this? That is what I want to know more about, Spirit. Why is God doing this? Why is He having someone move? Queen of Wands and the Justice. So, a King of Cups and a Queen of Wands. Can you tell me? And possibly a Justice and a Star. So there could be a Leo here, a Scorpio, or a Scorpio / cusp. I heard Scorpio / cusp. That's interesting. With light brown hair or something. There could be an Aquarius here, an Aries, a Libra, excuse me. What's the deal with these energies? You know what I'm smelling? This is gonna sound kind of gross. But I'm smelling toilet water. Don't know what that's all about. What's the deal with these energies? What's going on? The Lovers and the Moon. Too many people here are stalking you. Too many people here know where you live. People that you don't know. People you ain't ever heard of or spoken to or associated with. People that you don't want to be associated with. Lovers and the Moon. What is hidden is that individuals know where you're at, and I can't help but notice the naked people in these cards, like the star card there. I feel like I really hope someone wasn't trying to put like a hidden camera in someone's bathroom to like wash them or something. Or if there's some type of remote viewing going on here. Because that's grounds enough for God to move someone far away. King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. This is y'all. You guys are this King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, now wait a minute. They're saying something here like you already know the truth. Apparently, like, some of you know that this stalking is going on. Like, you know these people have been following you and... Yeah, my nose is going to start itching. Like, you know some of these people have been following you, watching you, observing you, stalking you, you know, spying in, lurking in the shadows like a creep. Because that's what creepers do. That's what creeps do, you know? Like, who are these random ASS people? You don't know these people. Why are they watching you? They don't need to be watching you. And someone here, I really get that someone here is trying to figure out a way to like sneak into your bathroom and put like a hidden camera. Be really careful, y'all. I can't stress this enough. If you live in an apartment, if you live in condo right now, don't just let any person, you know, maintenance, individual, whatever, like, don't just let anybody in. You know, you really have to know who has been there all these years, because sometimes weird people like this will dress up as the maintenance people, and they will come knocking on your apartment saying that they gotta check something, do something, but it's really to set up a camera inside your bathroom, inside your bedroom, a bullet camera. So if you live like in a complex, don't just let anybody in. Or, you know, maybe set up your own hidden camera so that you can watch what they're doing. Or if they do come in, always be watching what they're doing. Always be hovering, you know. That's what we would do. When those Verizon people would come, no one ever left them alone in the home. We were always watching what they were doing. You know, the one home we were renting, the owner was crazy. She was an older lady, but she was crazy. And, you know, she's like, I'm coming by to watch the Verizon man put the stuff in the home. Because you gotta watch those people. she was like 5 foot, but she was crazy. Like, she was nuts. In a good way. In a good way. But she's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there because we have to watch those people. We have to watch them, make sure they don't do anything funny. Always be watching them. You know, that's what she's gonna say. This was years ago. Almost like 10 years at this point. But yeah, that's an FYI. If you live like in a community or a complex and they send these maintenance people, please be careful. Because I really get someone here ordering like a makeshift costume name tag and everything, because that's what delirious people do. People that, you know, they have some type of demon attached to them, you know, a monitoring spirit. Like this is the type of things that they will do, you know. And it adds excitement, it adds a thrill to their life. Like, you know, I'm stalking the collective, you know, like it gives them a rush, it gives them a high. You know, it's like a drug for them. It really is. They get a rush doing this from stalking and watching you. And so, what is the message at the end of all this judgment? Knight of Cups. They don't want you to go anywhere, because then they'll have to figure out your new location. They'll have to figure out home base. That's literally what I just heard. They're gonna have to figure out home base, you know, but it's going to be a bunch of hard ASS work, and they don't have the time, energy, or resources to do this. You see, they must have set up some type of surveillance in your neighborhood, a hidden camera in the bushes or in the tree. They have got to have set something up, because they don't want you to move. They want you to stay put. So they have to have some type of camera somewhere in your neighborhood. It doesn't have to be on your property, but it could be like at the end of the street, or where the street, you know, leads out onto the road and whatnot. It could be they set up some type of camera or something on a stop sign, or I don't know, some weird, a sprinkler. Like, I'm hearing all kinds of craziness. But essentially they have some type of surveillance setup. And if you move, then everything that they invested in for this surveillance, it goes down the drain, because you're no longer there, and they're not going to know where you're headed, and they're not going to be able to stalk you. And this has become like a drug. They get high off of stalking you. Like, they don't have hobbies. They don't, you know, they don't go to school. They don't have a job. If they have kids, they don't take care of these kids, you know? They don't watch TV. Like, they don't, like, they literally don't do anything but stalk and watch, especially this King of Cups and this Queen of Wands. So they don't want you to move, but too bad, because God is moving you, and they're not above God. Like, I don't know what is this obsession nowadays in this generation, where individuals really believe that they're above God, and that they're going to change fate, change destiny, and, you know, like, they don't want a certain person to succeed, so they're not going to allow it to happen. But if it's in God's plans, then it's in God's plans, and there's nothing that anyone can do to stop God. Like, who is going to go up against the Most High and come out victorious? Who is going to do this? Not this karmic. Not this karmic, not this King of Cups, this Aquarius, this Libra, you know, whoever it may be. He, she, they, them, whoever. How are they going to come out victorious against the Most High? How? How? You know, someone tell me, how are they going to succeed? They can't. They know they can't, which is why they're over here throwing a hissy fit. These people are viewing your future. They see a move is here. They see it. And they don't want it to happen. But they can't stop it, is what they're also saying. So it's like, now somebody is thinking maybe they should just reveal themselves and make an offer. Knight of Cups. But you know what? If they wanted you, then why did they just make an offer to you initially? Why did they have to be like a Detective Pikachu, you know, doing all this weird stuff, or like freaking James Bond, like thinking they're like in a movie or something? Some people just, they have a lot of time on their hands, let's just put it that way. But especially this karmic, like, I'm seeing a woman that she would always wear like these circular sunglasses, and you know how some people, after they wash their hair, you know, regardless of gender and whatnot, Some people, they wash their hair, they wrap it up in a towel. You know, they put a wrap around it. Like, I'm seeing this woman, a karmic woman, that has been stalking you. And her disguise would be like, she would get in the shower, wash her hair, and then she would put on like this all black outfit, these sunglasses, and then wrap up her hair in a towel. Like the most obvious disguise. And then she would have this King of Cups energy drive her. Like if you were at the grocery store or something, or you were at the gym, like these people would be sitting there in the parking lot to watch, to wait until you leave, to see you. Dude, this is insane to me. Like, this is just, like, am I the only person that thinks this is crazy? These people are not getting paid. They are wasting gas, diesel, sitting in a parking lot. Maybe they don't even have gas, and so they're sitting there freezing their ASS off, sweating their ASS off. You know, maybe they don't even got air conditioning and whatnot. It happens. It is what it is. You know, sometimes we gotta just go out in the heat and whatnot. But who the hell is going to be doing this? Honestly, with life, with everything we have going on, who is going to be waiting in a parking lot to wash y'all a whole shower spa routine, and then they put on their favorite sunglasses and wrap their hair? This could be a man, you know, doesn't have to be a woman. But it's this Queen of Wands energy, or it's this Libra. Because there's a Libra here. There's a Libra, a Leo or an Aries, a Scorpio or a Sag, or a Scorpio Sag cusp, and something here about Aquarius or a Pisces. And that's why God is going to move you. Because these people don't need to be surveillancing you. You're not on like a surveillance watch list. You know, like you're not, like this is just so silly to me. Like they've made their whole livelihood based off of stalking you. And Spirit says yes with the Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot. The Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot, that's somebody that's getting in that car and they're driving the steering wheel. You see how it's shaped like a circle? The Chariot can represent a mode of transportation. So they're getting in that vehicle, driving around. After you leave your driveway, after you leave your home. And it's like, we gotta follow the collective. Gotta wash them. Oh God. What a mess. This card fell on the floor. I'm not even gonna pick it up. I'm in my, you know, if I drop the card on the floor, I'm not gonna pick it up. I'm not gonna count it. It's the Hermit in reverse. Someone here in the end had plans to move in with you, and now that's over with. Like, they're not going to be able to move in with you because you're going to be elsewhere, and I don't think they have the funds to go where you're going. The first card was the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Any final messages, Spirit? Because I feel like they don't want you to leave. Look how he's holding on to the 10 Wands. They don't want you to leave. The truth is, all these people that were surveillancing you, watching, stalking you, and lurking, they done fell in love with you. They can swear up to heaven that you are the enemy, that you are a dark witch, a dark magician that ruined their life, etc., etc. That you did black magic to send whoever to the hospital. You know, I really thought of like the Wicked Witch from Wicked, or like the Wizard of Oz. You know, how the townspeople, well, more so in Wicked, how the townspeople really saw the Wicked Witch as someone that was evil, when that wasn't necessarily the case. And so the Wicked Witch was like a recluse in the Wizard of Oz, living out in the outskirts and whatnot. But it's like, this is what these individuals could have been trying to paint you as, like you're a witch or a wizard, a dark witch that does spell work. They could have sent church people to your home, knocking on your door and whatnot, parked in your driveway, and, you know, trying to get you to hear the word of the Lord and whatnot, the Lord of Our Lady Guadalupe and whatnot. Could have been the Jehovah Witnesses. But all these people, right, you know, they were being sent by multiple people because energies were really out here painting you like you needed to be surveillance. Like you needed to be watched because you're the danger in the community or the town or the village. That's how you know this is your read. But you ain't done squat to these people. You don't even know some of these people. So why do they know your address? And that's exactly why God is going to move you. Because random people don't need to know where you live. I'm really getting people who are out here driving by, people that you don't know, on a random Tuesday afternoon, passing by your home and looking, you know, perhaps even, yep, I'm going to get a YouTube comment notification. Try not to sneeze. You know, like passing by your home while you're minding your business. Excuse me. It's done. It's over. It's over. Too bad, so sad, bye-bye. You know, like, people gotta move on. Not all of somebody's life are they going to be stalker. You know, if they want to stalk people, they gotta become like a private detective, an investigator. They gotta get like their credentials. And then they can get paid to be a stalker and watch people. But God isn't going to let you be stalked or surveillanced by these energies. And God is not going to allow these energies to do this all of their life. You know, eventually we gotta take up greater responsibilities. So, anything else, Spirit? I keep wanting to sneeze. I'm trying not to sneeze. I feel like that's spell work and whatnot. Look. Isolation and divine timing. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Like, really soon you're going to be far away. Like, the time is running out for these energies. And they know it. They can't do nothing. They can't do squat. Yeah, secrets unfinished. Don't tell anybody about your move, your plans, or where you're headed. Keep it completely secret until it's done, okay? This is a command that God is making to someone here. Like, keep this completely quiet because you never know what time energies are on. So, keep it to yourself. Yeah, because look, hot mess and snake, it really is some type of Scorpio or Sagittarius energy. Or a Libra that is, you know, the main, you know, like the main head of the snake that is stalking you, that is watching you, that is leading the armada, the troops to your home. But really, this is what they want. Passion. They want to have nookie nookie with you. Because they done fell in love with you. But these people don't know what love is. They equate love with physical intimacy, with the physical pleasure of the flesh. So, this is why they do it like that. The wheel. Somebody here's going to try to propose, but it's a trap of the devil to keep you in this location when the time is up. Because God is not going to allow these people to surveillance you anymore. He's just not. He's just not, y'all. Toxicity and up in the air. You're going to be taking off up in the air. away from this toxic situation, because this is toxic, and you're going to be free, and these people are going to be free as well, because they're not going to be able to stalk you no more. They got to move on. They got to move on with their life. They got to heal. They got to do the work, and they got to grow up. You know, we all have to grow up someday. That's just what it is. That's life. You know, time isn't pausing for any of us, and unless we are a time traveler, there's nothing we can do to turn back the clock, you know. Now, if we're time traveler, then perhaps that statement may not necessarily apply to us if we know how to travel through time and alter the future. But most people, 99.9% of people, don't know how to time travel, will probably never time travel, even if it's offered to them, you know, even if that stuff were to come out. So, we all gotta keep moving. This is a game, you know, we all gotta grow, evolve, change. That's the game. That's the, you know, motive for our soul. And for you guys, though, specifically, God doesn't want these people to be able to stalk you or wash you. So that's why he's going to move you. But it's also for these energies, for their benefit, so that they grow up, they get a hobby, they get a job, they, you know, go to school, they do something else with their life. Because this, you know, this is a waste. Like, they're wasting their life. Even if you are the hottest thing, you know, you could be the hottest woman or man in the city, in the town, in the village, you know. It could be like a small little quaint village, you know, that is by a lake or something, and there ain't much there. A church building, a library, and that's it. And you could be very, very hot. You could be very attractive, you know, whoever you are, he, she, they, them. Gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, pan, you know, whoever. You could just be the hot, you know, a hot little thing out there, you know, in the middle of nowhere, in the boonies and whatnot. And energies can't help but look, but you see, even if you like the attention and whatnot, God doesn't want this for you. So he's going to move you. And that's the read. That's the read, y'all. Energies will no longer be able to stalk you, wash you, observe you, because they got to move on. They got to grow up. They got to grow up. They got to do more. They got to do better. They have to do better than this. So that is your read. That's what I have for you. And I wish you love and light. Take care.